Hey all, we are going to do the reveal video from York County, Virginia. And I'm going to get these cameras rolling here. Thank you for coming back again. This was actually a really fun trip in York County. Now, this reveal video is taking place actually a couple of months after I shot the footage for that, and it's much hotter now than when I was in Virginia for that trip. But you know, one of the things I was going out looking for were Chesapectens such as this, and I'll show it to the camera under here. And you see, this is a pretty good size. That Chesapecten, I mean, we're looking 5 by 4.5 inches, and you know, I love these Chesapecten shells. They grow large. The ribs are very pronounced. The detail is really well preserved, and they're very hardy. They're really thick, and that makes life a whole lot easier finding some nice shells. And you know, it seemed like I wasn't finding the Chesapectens, but you know, we found a lot here. And all of these are good size. I mean, even some of the ones that aren't in as good a shape, such as this one, is still a really good example of the Chesapecten. Now, I found Chesapecten jeffersonius and Chesapecten madisonius. I don't think I have any of the middlesexensis examples, but they come in, you know, a variety of colors. So I was really happy, you know, with what I pulled out of there, even though it felt like I didn't pull out much. Let me move these out of the way. Then, of course, you know, we found other examples of some other types, and like for instance, you know, I was just showing you the jeffersonius. This is one of the madisonius shells. It's a little smaller. It has more ribs, as you can see there in the camera. You can see this is only like 2.5 by 2.5. Just dropped two, and show you how hardy they were. Neither one broke. So that's what I like about these. Let me grab these down here. But like we've got that one and this one, for instance. Now, you know, when I got down there, one of the things I found quickly were mammal bones. And you can see, like we've got, this is part of a rib bone. You can see here. And it's a good size. We're talking 6 inches in length, almost 2 inches from here to here. This is another one. It's hollowed out, but it's, you know, it's a pretty thick example that you see there. And then we found this, and I've actually checked some whale skeletons. I'm trying to find out exactly where this comes from. There's 2 different areas that it may come from, but I really do think it's part of one of the vertebras. You can see it here on the close-up. But this is the second one that's like this. So I don't know if it is from a vertebra, why it would snap at that particular spot, but in that same location, several months prior, I found this one. You can see these are very similar. Here's the one I found prior to the trip that's on camera, and then this is the one that I found on this trip. So, you know, that's kind of interesting, and I'll figure it out. I'll find out as I am in this world longer, of course. We'll put this back in the case here, and that's, again, that same location. I found this as well. This is a good size ear bone that you see there. And I've got footage of finding this. It'll be on a later episode, although that later episode was actually found prior to the trip that's on there. It's just the way I've got them spaced out. But so there's lots of these whale and mammal bones in that area, which is, it makes, you know, I like finding mammal bones, fossilized mammal bones. A few of the other things, for instance, we've got this, if it focuses in properly, but we've got these barnacles. This is the barnacle that I saved off there. The shell is that it was attached to is no longer there, but I think barnacles are just very interesting. And how they look and that type of stuff. So I do save barnacles if I've got an interesting specimen. And then we found the shipworm tubes that we've got here. You can see some of those examples. We're talking 3.5 inches in length, but you can see those here. And there's lots of this down there. And then, of course, we found these worm tubes as well. Now, I'm saying these are worm tubes. Now, not all tubes are from worms. Some of them are from small clams that burrow and then put a casting out, and it forms those tubes as well. I'm pretty sure this is a worm tube, but that little cluster there I thought was interesting, so I kept it to go with some of my others. But yeah, again, it was a fun trip. It's a very easy place to hunt, and I'm not going to go back there probably until the fall. I want to wait until there's not as much trees and undergrowth through there. For one, I don't like ticks. I hate ticks. And I don't like snakes. I hate snakes. I don't want to get in any of that. But so yeah, it was a very productive trip. And if you enjoy this thing, please like and subscribe. I hope you do. If you are watching this and haven't seen the actual footage from where I was in the field collecting this stuff, just go back one video. You'll see it there. And until next time, we'll see you later. Thank you.